What's good, party people? I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've been a bit lazy, but finally I'm getting around to doing it. So, what I'm going to do today is run through my recent trip to Woven Jiujitsu in Bali. These are the open mat rounds. We go straight in with a straight foot lock there. That's that's a bit cliche from me, to be honest. Anyone knows me knows that that's pretty much all I've got is the straight foot lock. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little sort of commentary, a little run through of these rounds. Nice little sweep there. Nothing too serious. I don't know all the words, all the Japanese words, and all these X locks and bloody thing guards and all this sort of stuff. I just kind of go there and just make stuff up as I go along, and it seems to work a little bit. So this first guy, this first round, I believe I can't remember the gentleman's name, but I believe he's from, I think he was from Finland. Didn't take too kindly to me constantly footlocking him. I can't imagine you would, to be honest. And here, I actually hook up the leg and go for the Ezekiel from the bottom, and then roll over, go into a slightly mounted position, and I've got the Ezekiel in there, so get the tap. Yeah, so it was pretty much straight footlocks up until this point, and then I was trying to find it. I had the legs out. Oh, this one was the calf slicer. This one was the actual, probably the best one. I like sort of hooking the leg round and folding them up, so as they're trying to escape, you've got a figure four around the leg, and then if you can grab the waist and pull it towards them, then it puts a lot of pressure on the knee. So yeah, just changing it up really, just trying to do, there's me going for the leg again. Just trying to find different entries for different moves. If it's not a straight foot lock, heel hooks, dog bars, knee bars, all those fancy words. But yeah, just trying to look at different ways to sort of get leg entries and entanglements going from different angles and different positions. Trying to put myself in uncomfortable positions as well is what I usually do. So sometimes I'll bait a position, hoping that the person's going to sort of try and jump onto it, and then I can give something else a go. I think this is actually another Ezekiel. Yeah, just step over, which is quite nice because once I've got it kind of locked up, I can kind of shoulder crunch and sweep a person even if I'm mounted, which is always good because the person on the top doesn't expect to get choked from the bottom, especially when they've got me mounted. So the person tends to get like a little bit lighter, which allows me to crunch the shoulder and then sort of flip them over rather than having to push their full weight above me, like a bench press sort of motion. It's a lot easier if I can just sort of crunch the shoulder and roll over using their weight against them. Just little turtle position here. He goes to sort of flatten me out and roll me over, and then I get the toe hold from this weird position, which is always fun. It's always easy to sort of grab feet, and I think he was a little bit sort of pissed off with that, but it is what it is. It's all good fun. He was a good sport, really nice bloke. But yeah, just trying to sort of put myself in different positions. I get a takedown here actually. I was always fight when people are going for guillotines and stuff, where you can grab the elbow and the wrist. You can push one and the other towards each other, and get like wrist locks from positions that look like you shouldn't be able to get wrist locks. So always just try everything. He was trying to lock up straight foot lock here. Always remember, when you're giving straight foot locks, the majority of the time you're going to be giving your foot to the person. It's a move that I do a lot, so I know it quite a lot, but I've got quite rubbery feet, which allows me the opportunity to sort of bait the foot and let them have a go at putting me in a footlock. Oh yeah, I use this buggy position just to get the sweep, to be honest, because I know I wasn't going to be able to get the buggy deep enough in order to get the actual submission with it. But it looked pretty cool in terms of getting a nice sort of smooth transition. Yeah, and that was round 1. Yeah, moving on to the next one.
No, I never do any tapping.
So round 2, this was Sabrina. Sabrina is from, I think she said Hackney, which is quite cool. You go all the way across the other side of the world and you meet someone who's from somewhere which is really sort of close to where you're from. But yeah, she's got really sort of quite neat jiu-jitsu. She tries to keep it sort of neat, but I think in some of these positions she was kind of a little bit worried about leaving things like feet dangling, especially after a toe hold like that. I mean, I was trying not to be too mean, but yeah, just trying to be creative with it. That's the other thing, is when you roll with people, it's like keep it light, keep it fun, and just try new stuff out. Because then when you go into rounds with people that kind of want to go a bit harder, then you've kind of honed your skills a little bit better. You've sharpened that sword to the point where when you need it, it's ready. So you're not like, oh, a nice little pass there. Oh yeah, this was kind of mean. Just flattening her out and going for I think it's an Americana when it goes up the other way. I always get confused with the difference between a Kimura and an Americana, but essentially the same thing, the bending of the arm with a little crook in the elbow. Yeah, I wanted to do these commentaries. It's just a bit of fun. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm never serious with it. I'm not going to be doing like mad breakdowns with it. It's just like I want to show people what I do, what I find fun. This is my hobby. I'm not, like I said, I'm not very good with knowing the different mounts and ashigaramis and all these sorts of Japanese words and stuff. But if I can give anybody like any help with anything, like if you watch something in this video and find it useful, obviously like and subscribe, that would be amazing. But yeah, I'd just do it for the fun of it, to be honest. Like you can see I'm just messing around here. One thing I would say is if you are practicing straight footlocks specifically, one thing that I find really helps is putting a straight footlock on and trying to get the finish, but with one arm. So once you've got the blade of the forearm wrapped underneath and you've got the sort of the tight grip on the calf area, start high, because you can always run the blade of your forearm down the leg. So start high, like pretty much on the bulk of the calf, and then draw it down. And yeah, try and get the submission with one arm. Because if you can do it with one arm, then when you have the opportunity to do it with both arms, it's going to be so much better sort of technique-wise and so much cleaner. This is where she was struggling with the head and arm a little bit, but she eventually gets it. Here we go. It's just kind of crunched down on the neck. But yeah, it's also a case of if you're rolling with someone and you see that they have an opportunity to get something on you, just leave your ego at the door. Just like, if you feel like it would be beneficial and not patronizing, but just if you feel like it would be a good experience for both people, just let them run it through, like let them work. I could see she was on to something there, but she didn't quite know how to get sort of the head and arm. So I just said, look, stick your head there, squeeze round, try and get the grip underneath my neck, and work from there. Yeah, to be honest, that's what rolling's all about. It's like, for me, it's a massive learning process. I'm not one for classes. Anything that I've ever learned at Jiu-Jitsu has been done in an open mat setting. So it's always just a thing of like, oh, this was me. I do love an Ezekiel though. Yeah, just keep it light, keep it fun, have fun with it, because no one likes someone who comes to an open mat, is super serious, is looking to tap people constantly. People are just going to run for the hills. They're not going to want to roll with you, because they just know that you just want to highlight reel them. It's a case where it's like the whole purpose of this video is to show the fun in it. Maybe you might learn something. Maybe you might just be entertained. You might watch this and go, "Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know you could do that." But yeah, just have fun with it, man. This guy, his name's Artem. He's a Russian guy, and he's quite sort of wrestling heavy. And what you might notice is the gimbal doesn't move in these next 2 rounds. I clicked down on the screen. I use an app, a DJI app that came with the gimbal. And for some reason I clicked down the square that tracks the person's head. But in edit, I've managed to sort of make it so that you don't really miss anything, to be honest. He was trying to get the double unders here, so he was trying to wrap me up and sort of squish me over. But the only thing that he kind of didn't notice was the fact that I had the position to triangle the head. I mean, there's no arm in it, so it wasn't really like until I managed to really wrap the foot underneath the crook of my knee. But there is one point here, if you watch it closely, where you can see that he's very, very sort of close to tapping. And then I think after this, I actually asked him, and he said, yeah, it was sort of pretty close. This is also something that I like playing with, is going for footlocks when you've got them in a triangle. It wasn't a full triangle, obviously, but I'm just looking at the possibility of grabbing the leg, because usually when people that's where he almost tapped. But yeah, just try new things, man. That is the big thing that I would say, is it doesn't need to be like all ego and super drilled and all this sort of stuff. The majority of the stuff that I hit in like during sparring, like in terms of moves, is made up. I know it sounds bad, and a lot of purists will be like, "Oh no, you need to drill, you need to do this." It's like, find how it works for you. I think jiu-jitsu is a funny sport because there's a textbook way of doing things, and I think people lose sight of the fact that it is an incredibly creative sport and martial art, because you can make up your own game like that. I think is a massive part. Oh, the little sneaky Ezekiel here. You have to bridge the hips if you're going for an Ezekiel from the bottom in that position, where he's kind of got like a side control. You have to bridge the hips into it, because otherwise you might not get the same amount of torque, and they can kind of lift the head and get out of the position. Where was I? Yeah, just have fun with it, because then what you'll find is there's certain things that you gravitate towards. I like playing guard. And doing sort of more counter-attacking. Jiu-jitsu, I've never been a massive, well, he's trying to get a toe hold here, but I had the foot lock in. Yeah, here we go. Done. Yeah, I've never been a massive one for like passing guard and stuff, but what I have found is, in that, I found super creative ways to attack from being on my back. Now, given I know that it's a case where you can't just sort of rely just on that, you do need to practice things that you're not good at, which I do. Like, I do practice guard passing, I do practice all sorts of different things, but it's also a good thing to not lose sight of the things that you are good at. Like, if you are good at playing guard and attacking off your back, why not hone that skill as well? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you can hit submissions from positions that people aren't expecting, which is the majority of what I do at jiu-jitsu, then there's nothing better, because the most effective moves are the ones that people don't see coming. I mean, don't get me wrong, you get people like Hodger Gracie who made a career out of doing the basic stuff better than anyone else. I totally understand that. But then you have the likes of Andrew Tackett, you have the likes of the Rotolo brothers, you have there's so many people, Mateusz Szczecinski, like there's so many people now doing nuts things in jiu-jitsu, that you don't have to just sort of stick to the textbook stuff. Just go and have fun with it, make some stuff up. Oh, this last round, this is Sergi. He is the coach. He's a very, very strong black belt, and he usually fights out of I think it's Fight Zone in Hackney. I went straight for a footlock here, and I actually had it in quite deep, but the only problem was I didn't really want to crank it because I knew that I was going to be made to pay for it. So I thought I'll just let go, and then we'll see if we can sort of get out of this position from here. I've put myself in this position. I think after that straight footlock, he kind of took it personal, and he was on a bit of a tear to practice his heel hooks today. So you'll see for the next 5 minutes of this round a lot of a lot of that basically. Really nice fella. He's from Turkey originally, but he trains out of Fight Zone. I think I'm getting that right. The massive one in East London. I think it's in Hackney. But he's currently training people. He's one of the coaches at Woven for the next 6 months. He does all sorts of retreats in Bali, like yoga and jiu-jitsu retreats. So, but yeah, I'll put if I have people's like details, like Instagrams and YouTube channels or whatever, if they're okay with it, I'll always put them in the description. So I'll speak with him and see if he's happy with me putting these details on. But really, really good jiu-jitsu. Like really strong dude, well grounded with his game. Nothing was like flamboyant or anything. It was just like really sort of precise. And like I said, it was a thing where it's like, right, this is personal now. It's gonna be all foot attacks. I don't think he hit me with anything but like heel hooks and straight foot. So yeah, it was quite interesting because you poke the bear once, and then for the rest of the 5 minutes, it's like, right, how many times can I make you pay for that? I mean, even when he was passing guard and stuff, I still don't think he got, if I remember rightly, I don't think maybe he got an armbar. Oh no, he let go of it. But yeah, this is also a case where I wanted to put this video in as well because I didn't want it to seem completely biased. Like I don't want to be put in without sounding like full of myself. I don't want to be putting up just videos where I'm just tapping people. You can see constantly in this video I'm just getting absolutely pummeled this last round, and it happens. That is jiu-jitsu. It's like you're not going to be highlight reeling everyone. You're not going to be, it's not going to go perfectly. You're going to have occasions like this 5-minute round where you think you've got something within the first 10 seconds, and then for the rest of the 5 minutes it's like, oh, you're going to be made to pay for that. But yeah, it's good to roll with people of all standards. I don't know what I'm thinking there, trying to wrap him up with a knee. Rolling with people of all belts. So you roll with everyone from white belt to, if you can get the rounds, to black belt like Sergi here, because you learn so much. There's just so much to be learned by rolling with different people, even when you're getting crushed, like I am in this one. I mean, I know it doesn't look that bad, but it's like, this is a real learning lesson. It's a case where when you're like, look how easy that was. I didn't even bother trying to get out of that one. He had the heel like set in before he even laid back, and we're actually joking about it here. I was like, I'm not even gonna bother with that. because I value my ACL, my meniscus, and all these sorts of stuff. It's like, I know that he's got it. That's the other thing. It's like, make sure that you either tap in time or make sure that you... Oh, sorry, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, yeah, it seems to have gone. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the mic there. Just seemed to have cut out at the end. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. And look out for more videos like this. I've got a part 2 of this coming where I've got 2 more rounds with people. So yeah, if you like this content, please like and subscribe, support the channel. Plenty more coming in terms of travel videos as well as jiu-jitsu videos, and I'm going to try and get some paddle stuff in there as well. So yeah, cheers.